Hi, today we're going to be learning about time. Let's get started. So there are two types of clocks, the analog clock and the digital clock. So let's see what the differences between the two are. So the analog clock is made up of three parts, or arrows, which are also called hands. So the thin red hand is the second hand, which measures the number of seconds there are. There's the long black hand, which is called the minute hand, which measures how many minutes have passed. And there's the short black hand, also known as the hour hand, which measures how many hours have passed. A really important thing to notice is that minutes and seconds are measured in fives. So to get a real understanding of this, let's figure out what the time is of this analog clock. So the hour hand doesn't need any conversion, and we see it's pointing towards 2, so we know that it's 2 o'clock, something in the 2 o'clock realm. Well, now let's figure out how many minutes have passed. Well, we see that the minute hand is pointing towards the 6, but remember, minutes are measured in fives, so it isn't 2:06, it's really 6 times 5, which is 30, it's really 2:30. And then let's figure out how many seconds have passed. Remember again, it isn't 8 seconds that have passed, it's 8 times 5, or 40 seconds that have passed. So the time that this analog clock is showing is 2:30:40, or 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 40 seconds. Now you might be wondering, why are there only 12 numbers on the analog clock when there are 24 hours in a day? But realize that this is split into AM and PM. AM is usually for early morning times. Oops, I spelled early wrong. It's for early times. And then PM is for afternoon. We're just going to put afternoon. And for nighttime. So that's why they say 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon, or 1 a.m. and 1 p.m., or they say 6 in the morning and 6 in the evening, which is 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. Now let's take a look at digital clocks. Well, digital clocks are pretty cool because they do the work for you. There's none of this transforming the time based on the number of fives. You just read what it says. So with this clock, the first little box tells you the hour. So looking at here, we see it's 12 o'clock. The second little box tells you the minutes, so we see that's 12:03. And the third little box tells you the number of seconds, so we see that's 12:58, or 12 hours, 3 minutes, and 58 seconds. Now there is one thing to be cautious about while using the digital clock, is that in some digital clocks you'll see that the clock doesn't just stop at 12. It goes to numbers such as 16. And you might be saying, well, there's no such thing as 16 o'clock. Well, you're right, but here they're measuring the number of hours in the total day. So basically 16, so if we just keep going, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 13 would be 1, 14 would be 2, 15 would be 3, and 16 would be 4. So it'd be 4, 55, 30. And in clocks such as these, PM won't even be needed because we know that it's PM because it's already done the AM cycle. Okay, so I hope that helped, and I hope to see you soon.